Only one place to start, really. Old Trafford. Manchester United beating Southampton by 9-0. Extraordinary stuff from Solskjaer's side. That win puts them level on points then with Manchester City at the top of the table. City, though, of course, with a couple of games in hand. Craig.
Well, it was didn't give us much to talk about really in the end, apart from the goals. I mean, it's quite incredible. 9 goals, can't fault United at all. You can only beat and do what you have to do. This was on paper, although Southampton have fallen off a little bit and they've had injuries, it was a tricky tie for them. But it was a tricky tie that turned on a dime in, 7 minutes?
No, the opening minute.
Was it that minute?
It was that early on, yeah.
My God. I mean, what a challenge. I mean, I'm reticent to... And I won't criticise teenagers about...
A 19-year-old making his debut.
Yeah, I won't criticise teenagers about performance because, you know, that can a bad performance or a mistake, that can happen. But this is just not a challenge that you would see at any level and say, did you think that was okay?
Right.
I mean, it's just not. I mean, I don't know what's happened to the young man
Just
here.
adrenaline, nerves, the whole combination.
You just don't make challenges like that. I mean, it's so over the top. It's and then, you know, for what, you know, nearly 90 minutes. Then they're chasing their tail, and Man United completely smashed them. So that it changed on a dime. But United can only do what they had to do, and they did it particularly well.
Frank, just on that incident, on the red card, as a veteran player in that team, or just any sort of player in that team, how do you react with him at half-time, full-time, or then going on this week?
You have to go and to him and just say to him, don't worry, you know, it can happen, you're young, and if we have a bad result, it won't be because of that, you know, even if you don't think what you say to him, because it's very cruel. It's we all know that he must be devastated right now because he really thinks that it's because of him, and of course it's because of him. But he's 19 years old. He lost his mind. I was really speechless about the event and what he did, because it could have been worse. You know, I thought McTominay was really injured. It would have been even worse for Jankewitz. So. You know, I think also the players and the mature players should have stuck together and say, okay, guys, we have to fight, and it's not an excuse because somebody was red carded after 1 minute that you have to lose 9-0. You can be punished, but I think you can fight and maybe lose 2, 3, 4-0 maybe. But Manchester United did very well. I don't like what Martial did and the penalty that he got, because I think he dove before, and McDean, the ref, shouldn't have given the red card to Bednarek, because that was very stupid. So I think it happened what happened, but nobody should hammer Jankewitz, because that's a rookie mistake, as we say.
But for Manchester United, as Craig said, they saw blood and they went for it, Shaq.
Yeah, and fair play to them. They did what is asked of them, and I have no complaints about the running up of the score. I have no complaints about anything from Manchester United. They got the job done. Southampton are the ones left to pick up the pieces, to lick their wounds. Ridiculous sending off played a big part. Listen, Southampton can get this back together. They've done it before. Other than that, what can you say?
Well, it was a great game for United in many ways, and one of them was that as soon as they got the 2 or 3 goals, they were able to play the game, even though they got 9 goals done, they were able to play the game at a pace that they wouldn't have normally had to have played if it had been a full-blooded 11 against 11, with all these games coming thick and fast. So that's the other aspect of it, the fact that he was able to make changes, they were able to control the game, they could play a training ground walking pace, and get the extra goals, because, as you know, City, I think, were plus 14 at one point ahead of them. So that's pegged that a little bit as well. But to go back to Frank's point, Ralph Hasenhüttl, that's the second time. The other game was Leicester.
Yes.
9-0. Yeah. He's had plenty of plaudits, and rightly so, for what he's done in the main. However, as Frank Leboeuf just said, there is no excuse for getting walloped. They're not playing Barcelona of 2011. They're not playing the Galacticos of Real Madrid in their pomp winning all the Champions League. They could still have made it difficult, but they made it way, way too easy. And I know they've got injuries to key players. I know in the end they went down to 9 men, although the Bednarek was late on. But you have to Frank's point, make it way more difficult than what they did. Maybe he'll say, well, you know, we were trying to play a game that we're still trying to get something out of. OK, I can buy that a little bit. However, you've got to make it more difficult than it was, and they made it so easy for Man United. And they obviously capitalised on the points.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.